Come on. Now, let's see it. Alright, it looks live, I think. Hold on. Give it a second. There we go. Welcome to Out of the Draft Podcast. I am Dylan. Season 2, Episode 4. I am Dylan, and...
I thought you were going to say, I'm glad to be here, Mitchell.
Okay. And then we also have, he's back, DCD.
Stat boy.
Stat boy. Anyways, sorry, that was the worst intro I've ever done in my life. It's okay. We just had the LA Clash, and it was spectacular. And we'll jump right into that in a second. I just want to ask how y'all doing and how that's going along. But yeah, go ahead.
Doing good. Looking forward to the Daytona 500, and I'm ready to recap what we saw last week.
Hey.
Yep.
Me too. That was spectacular, nonetheless. Anyways, we'll start off with the practice, more or less. Let's start about there. This is the first time we've seen cars on track for competition, other than tests. So to watch the cars like really work and to see like who was doing what with what speed, you still had the top 5 players were pretty similar to last year. Of course, you had Chase, Kyle Busch, Blaney, Harvick, the normal people that you'll see with top speed, which practice really didn't matter. It was the way it was set up was kind of weird, so you really couldn't dial in your car at all. But
right.
But you saw that the teams that had speed, So, and then of course later that day,
I'm having fun.
I could tell. And then later that day we had qualifying, and it kind of set.
Why is it Bristol inside though?
Yeah, that is Bristol.
Anyways,
sorry. And then we had qualifying. Of course, Kyle Busch took the pole. He was the fastest that night. And then it set up for all the heat races of who was in heat, which heat or whatnot. And then Mitch, you can go ahead and talk about the heat races if you'd like.
Well, I missed them, but I do know Kyle Busch, Justin Haley, Logano, and someone else won their heat. Who was the fourth? Kyle, Haley, Logano.
Ty Dillon.
No. This is heat one.
Oh yeah.
Another heat.
Hang on, I got it.
Blaney, you get the last spot.
Was it Blaney?
Yeah, because it was him and Hamlin fighting.
Oh, okay. Well,
yeah,
that's about all I know for the heats.
No. It was Kyle Busch, Tyler Reddick, Justin Haley, Joey Logano.
Oh, Reddick.
Okay.
It was Reddick. Yep.
No, that was the heat winners. All those people.
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah.
Oh, I
that's
thought
what I was saying anyway.
I thought you were saying the the top 4 from each heat. Sorry, I was confused. That was my fault. Anyways,
so
go back to what. Yes, those are the 4 heat winners. Of course, the top 4 in each of those advanced to the next round. Heat 3 was probably the most competitive that we saw, because as soon as you got to the lead, it was like going from there. But Heat 3, you had the top 4 literally bumper to bumper the whole time, but they weren't trying to pass each other because they were trying to stay to advance literally.
Right.
And then of course you had the last chance qualifier races. You had the first one was with Hamlin and actually there was a little controversy before the last chance qualifier. So since Larson automatically was in to the next race, because he was in the final, he was in one of the top 4 spots in one of his heat races. So the next position goes to for the last person to get it on points for the top from last year, was Martin Truex Jr. Well, before the race started, Martin Truex Jr. went ahead and said they were just going to take that provisional and take that away from Hamlin, so he would have to race his way in. And of course, Hamlin and his crew chief was not happy about that. They said that was stupid. They could get a higher finish or starting position. Like, why would they do that? And all this stuff. Like, they were mad. But, anyways, Hamlin still won. And then second was Harvick, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the last guy, who was it AJ? It was AJ.
I believe AJ, yeah.
And then, of course, that was pretty calm. And then, of course, all the rest of those guys got sent home. Chris Buescher, Ross Chastain. Trying to think who else was in the first one. That's about the big guys, I think.
Was Bowman in? Or no, Bowman was in the second one.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about it.
I was actually going to have you talk about the second one. But the second one, of course, you had Bowman starting on the front row, I think, right? Right, with Bubba or something like that. Something like that.
I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the race kind of started off differently. You can tell the intensity ramped up. Like, they knew, like, it literally felt like a last chance, like, type of race. You had Austin Cindric being a bull in a china shop, literally knocking people left and right. You had Ty Dillon knocking people left and right. And then he gets to the front. He jumps a restart. So on and so forth. And
DNQ'd himself in the LCQ.
Yeah, he won the race, but got DNQ because he jumped the restart. So the top three that moved on was, who? I know it was Harrison Burton, Bubba Wallace. Who was the other guy? I forgot the other.
I don't remember.
It was a red car, right?
Oh. Briscoe?
No, he advanced it through the heats.
Red car.
Well,
what are you talking about?
Who advanced it in the second LCQ?
Advanced?
Yeah. I know it was Bubba, Harrison. Who was the other guy? Here,
the last one, right?
No, Harrison was the last one, technically, because he,
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
Or I'll figure it out.
Hang on. AJ Allmendinger, Kevin Harvick, Denny Hamlin.
Priest.
Yeah, Ryan Priest.
Priest.
So on and so forth. But, yeah. And then we moved on, which, of course, that set the 23-car field for the Clash itself. And then, if y'all would like to go ahead and talk about that, y'all can start.
So, starting off Clash, we had, of course, Kyle Busch on pole. Went green. Not really much happened first couple laps. Reddick gave Busch a good run along the outside first couple laps and eventually fell in line. And a couple laps after he fell in line, ended up getting inside of Kyle Busch, taking the lead, and just drove away and kept driving.
He kept driving.
Yeah.
Reddick had a fast car, and we'll get to that. But
yeah, they caught the back of the field pretty quily. Obviously,
I think it's like
mile.
14 laps. I think they said.
Yeah,
15, something like
that. Well, then they got back to the back of the field. Of course, Bubba was the first car that they lapped, but Martin Truex Jr. was next, and then somehow he pulled away from the leaders. I don't know what happened there. I guess he started trying a little bit harder, but he got into some lap traffic as well, so that slowed him up, and then he eventually got lapped. Who knows? But yeah, and then it was the 75 halfway point of the race, and then Ice Cube came out, and
Dude, he should have played Fuck the Police. It's literally
But-
how our sport started.
I got mixed feelings on that. It was it's not like it was bad,
Yeah.
but it was, in my opinion, it was really cringy. Like I was just watching and I was just like, man, like they were showing some of the fans there, and it just felt like it was a vibe that like no
The
one
mics
kinda
didn't do a
knew
good
how to
job at
sell.
picking it up either.
Oh
The
no,
mics
not at
weren't
all.
picking up good enough.
I will say it showed how wide our sport is because I saw the people dancing. It was the most obnoxious thing I've ever seen in my life.
Right,
Um,
right.
Like, I was like, what? No wonder people would like, these people are uncultured. Like, it was terrible. I literally
Like-
saw this one drunk lady was doing this. Like, who does this? Like, what is this?
I was just gonna say I saw so many people just bobbing their head like they're like a random dude at like a party in their 20s and they don't know anyone, so they're just in the corner just bobbing their head like
Wait for someone to walk up and be like, yo, that's it.
right. just that's what it felt like. It just felt like no one belonged. It felt weird. I don't know.
It definitely fit the scene of LA though. So like,
yeah, absolutely, it really did.
The people that were there, right? We'll go ahead and just talk about the the attendance. It was really good. 500 or 50,000 people attended this race.
It was actually I thought I heard almost nearly 60.
Oh, I cool because I did not hear that. So
Yeah.
that's good. Anyways, yes, that's good. That's great. That lost train of thought. I'm so sorry. I'm all over the place today.
Attendance.
Yes. So like 70% of the people has never seen a NASCAR race, or half of them weren't even fans. More or less, it was just to see the track and to see what it's all about. I think that NASCAR, for one, congratulations to them. They put on an amazing show. That's what the Clash is about, right? It's not. It doesn't matter what the racing looks like. It could be as gimmicky as it wants to be. It can be as crazy as it wants to be, as long as there's not a bunch of torn up race cars, which there weren't. I'm surprised.
There's a good amount, but not a ton.
Yeah, not a ton. And then, especially from the main event, I thought there would be a lot more wrecks in the main event, but
I agree.
a lot of it was just getting used to the race car itself, more or less than like people bumping it, like running over each other.
Right. I was almost half expecting the race to look something like the truck race last year at Nashville, the dirt race. I was expecting it to look something like that, where they can't go green.
Yeah, I did not expect 75 straight laps. At the beginning.
Right. I was really surprised by that. And man, it flew by. I mean, obviously it's a quarter mile.
Yeah.
And they were running what I think like 13.4s at best, something like that.
Yeah,
I mean, that's freaking
Yeah.
flying. Like, I was on my way home from work, and half watching, half driving. I mean, I was like maybe like 15 minutes down the road, maybe. And by the time I got home, they were like, it was actually when they had that first caution with like 15 to go or whatever. Like, right? Yeah.
That's crazy.
What was that first caution for?
The first caution.
Chase Elliott and Ryan Blaney.
Is that what that was?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Okay.
what did you text me were you at home when you texted me that though? When you said, "Oh, it looks like Chase."
It was
Elliott
technically
drivers."
just Chase.
Yeah.
Hold on.
It was-
I don't know.
Anyway.
Yeah, I was at home when I texted you that.
Okay.
But
So I don't know when that race was, or what one part of that race was, or whatever. Either way, I like when it comes to the people that were there. I really think it stuck a lot with a lot of people to get that type of crowd to watch NASCAR, because because realistically, I think they all thought that all they did was just wreck race cars, a bunch of rednecks screaming like, "Do it for Dale," or like whatever they say, but they actually saw what real racing was, and I'm proud of NASCAR for what they put together. Yeah, they spent a lot of money. Was it worth it? I think so. I think in the long run it will be. But
I think it will be in the long run. I just think that they need to look into a permanent venue if they want to stay over there, obviously. Because I think building a track year after year is just, I feel like that's not financially doable. I mean, I don't know. Obviously, I don't run the bank account,
yeah,
but I just feel like it doesn't make sense.
it wouldn't make sense to me. It really. I think they could find their local short track. I really think North Wilkesboro is something that they could look for because it's short enough to hold a venue like that. But it's also. What are you laughing at?
Nothing.
Agreed.
I hate you on that. I saw it. Anyways, I can't even talk now.
But yeah, I agree. I mean, like in North Wilkesboro or something like that. I mean, I feel like that. Even if they only went there for the Clash,
that'd
be an amazing Clash. Yeah, I mean that's a good track for that. I don't know how I feel though, because I felt like in the situation with the Clash here, I almost wanted to see a couple more cars on the track. As weird as that is, but
well, so I feel like if there was a lot of mechanical failures, which of course there's 3 of them in the same caution, right when they went going back to green,
which was surprising.
Well,
kind of, but
it was so weird how that all went down. But Reddick, Denny Hamlin, and then Briscoe right after. Like it was just boom, boom, boom. And I think if we would have saw the whole field until like 20 to go, I think we would have saw another caution for Kyle Busch and Logano to really fight it out. I will say Larson is a complete asshole. Like I don't know what happened there because realistically he didn't do that to anyone else but Justin Haley.
Right. And on top of that, we haven't ever seen him do anything like that.
No.
Like that was rude.
That almost was is probably racing etiquette wise is Matt Kenseth to Joey Logano.
Absolutely. I completely agree. Like that was not even like I understand if you think the 8 hit you. Cool, Yeah. Rub up against him. Wreck him into the next corner, whatever. But the way he went about it and just straight left turned and didn't even give him an option to continue to race, just completely destroyed the car. I've never seen anything like that out of Larson ever.
No,
and I think that's crazy.
No, absolutely. If you don't know, while we're saying this, Larson was coming down out of 4 after getting bumped by Justin Haley. Justin Haley got under him, which it wasn't even Justin Haley's fault. The 24 of William Byron got into him, which got into Larson. Which that's how all these wrecks or situations are going to happen. Just how small the track is, right?
Right. Yeah, that's just racing.
For some reason, I guess it ticked him off. I really don't understand because Kyle Busch did it 10 times worse, but he just let him go. Like I don't understand. I don't know if it was like throughout the whole race he was just tired of it.
Right, who knows? Yeah, I mean, for all we know, Justin Haley had been bumping the hell out of him the whole race anyway. I don't know, but
I still don't think I don't think bumping is enough to just go out there and like completely just turn left on a guy, right?
Right. I mean, I haven't seen nothing like that since, just like you said, the Logano and Kenseth situation. I mean, to me
it was the same thing, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not obviously because
Matt
Kenseth completely destroyed his chance of winning a championship, but racing etiquette wise, I feel like that was the same level of respect.
I agree.
And if that continues with the next gen car, I mean, these teams won't have enough vehicles to race. I
didn't even think about it in terms of next gen. Yeah, I mean, you're completely right.
Larson. Colleague has a family built racing team, right? So like if you mess with one of their cars, the other car is coming after you. That's
Oh
just how
yeah,
it's gonna be. Um,
right.
and it's there's nothing wrong with that, right? Like
No,
I feel like that's standing your ground as a team and an organization.
yeah.
But
I mean, we've seen it. I mean, I think the biggest time, really, the most recent biggest time anyway, was when Hamlin called out RCR for cheating, and it wasn't even technically referring to Harvick, but Harvick went out and fucking
just in
beating and
practice,
banging on Hamlin in
yeah,
practice.
yeah.
Right. I mean, that's just the
I
way it should
mean,
be. You know, you
Bristol
stand up for
last
your
year.
team and stuff.
I mean, well, that's a little different
That
because
was a
that was
race.
between the two
Eh,
drivers itself.
Well, I
And
mean,
but
ironically,
still,
Larson was second, right?
yeah.
I still think he would have done the same thing if it was. I'll even put Joey Logano in second, right? Like I still think Chase would have done.
Chase would have done the same thing. I agree.
Just because I mean he felt the need to like make sure he does not win the race because he did the same
Right.
thing to him, right? Like so
Right.
that was the idea. It wasn't like, but
Yeah.
I get what you're saying. Trust me, because realistically it looked the
But-
same because
Yeah, right. Just like you said, Larson just happened to be the one in second place,
Yeah.
so it became that issue.
yeah.
But yeah,
Either way,
yeah, I don't know though. Larson is. I've never seen anything like that out of him, and I feel bad for Haley. He had a decent car. I don't think he was going to win the race, but he was by far going to finish top 5. I do think that.
and I do say I will say this, that yeah, the clash didn't mean anything to performance wise throughout the
Right.
whole year, right? Like I know that some teams probably didn't try as hard just because they understood the situation of their car and like they don't have enough equipment or vehicles or whatever they needed to have.
Right.
But they still were all going to try at least to win $2 billion. Like I mean, that can
Yeah,
help them in a
absolutely.
long way, no matter how you slice it.
And yeah, that's what I was explaining to Lauren, my fiance. To those of you that don't know, yeah, I was talking about that, and I was like, this race really means a lot. I mean, yeah, it doesn't mean nothing for points, something like that, but I mean, $2 million is $2 million. I mean, that's huge in terms of development for your team that is starting from scratch right now, kind of.
Yeah.
Like that can mean a lot. So it's like, yeah, it's big.
Yeah, I honestly just don't. I don't understand why you wouldn't try for it. Now
Right.
we'll get into Brad Keselowski in a second. I'm sure that we'll talk about him, just because I don't know where the 6 car and the 17 car is really at, because obviously there's some things that we don't know behind the scenes that we can't. Even if we do know, we can't say, but just because we're not there. I will say that, like, I feel like you have to try at least enough to make it, right? Like, I feel like even to make the field, it gives you an opportunity to try something that you couldn't try before, right?
Right.
But I mean, who says you couldn't go run the same car even if you damage the nose of it, right?
Right.
Because like you can, I mean, you watched Austin Dillon in the testing. It took him literally 4 hours from him wrecking the front end and putting a whole new one back on. It took 4 hours.
Yeah.
That's amazing. We would never saw that with the other car. But anyways, we go. that was my little rant on the whole car situation. I feel like that's why. I mean, I'm not saying this because I hate Larson, because I do love Larson as a driver, as a well, he's made a lot of human mistakes, but that just goes on with that. But,
Sum it up like nicely.
But Larson as a driver is Kyle Larson. You got to respect his talent. I mean, that's just who he is.
Right.
Oh wow, we have 4 viewers right now. So if you're in chat, please talk to us. We'll talk to you back.
Absolutely.
Anyways, that's just how I felt. If y'all have any more thoughts, y'all can go ahead. But
I just the only other thought I have regarding that is I really hope Justin Haley went and stood up for himself in some type of way.
Yeah.
Just because of how it was done. I mean, if Larson went about it different and just beat and banged on him a little bit and that was it, you could probably just overlook it from both perspectives, and just move on. But with the way it was handled, if I was Justin Haley, that is, I would go and have a conversation with Larson, and it might not be a very heated type thing because, yeah, realistically Haley's first race as a full-time Cup Series racer.
Yeah.
So, it doesn't have to be nothing crazy. Just, hey, like, I didn't appreciate that. Like, let's not do that type of thing, and just leave it at that. And whatever Larson wants to say, he can say. But
No,
I
yeah.
don't know. I would just at least voice the fact that I'm not happy. I mean, obviously, he don't even have to. Larson knows he's not happy.
Absolutely. I
But
mean, and I'm sure Larson is probably going to text him. I mean, that's just who they are. They have 2 weeks to figure this out and get cool and whatnot. I'm
right.
sure that doesn't mean that Justin Haley's going to push the 5 car at Daytona 500. That's for sure. And he shouldn't, right? Um, oh, absolutely. Hey, what's up, Mason? Thanks for typing in chat. Appreciate you.
Yeah, he did have a chance. So did the 8. Going back to the 8, I mean, I feel bad. If he didn't have his mechanical issues, I think he would have won that race.
Yeah.
He by far had the best car, short run, long run. I mean,
Yeah,
he had a good car.
It was so weird. Like, he shot out of a cannon right in the beginning of the race, and then Kyle gained back, and as soon as they got out of traffic again, he was gone again.
He was
Like,
gone.
It was crazy.
Yeah, and he ended up pulling out to like a 4-second lead.
Yeah,
and that's freaking huge at a track where you're running 13 seconds.
Yeah, that's a quarter of the track.
Yeah, that's big.
Yeah, I truly believe Reddick is going to have a good year as well. I mean,
I agree.
I mean, that's hands down. I think. Well, I'm not going to get too far myself, but Final Four is it could happen, but
If I think if it's perfect, it could happen.
so just because
If he makes it to Miami,
yes, that's what I'm talking about.
Oh well, yeah, that's true. I didn't even think about it. Yeah.
If he makes it to the round of 8,
unless Larson just has a season like last year.
oh my god.
Oh my God, so many people
I'll
would
be
be
at
pissed.
Homestead.
Yeah, they would. Okay, I'd be like, ooh. Like I'd be like, ooh. But yeah, what was this? Oh, the end of the race. DCD, if you want to go ahead and talk about the finish, you can.
Oh, shit.
I know, difficult.
I didn't have
Where's
my app open.
championship this year? It's back in Phoenix this year.
Back in Phoenix.
Fuck. Where is my?
We were just referring to Homestead because it's
In the round of 8.
2 races prior
Yeah.
to the finale, so you could win that race and get into the finale, which Reddick would have a hell of a chance there.
All right, where'd you leave off, Mitch?
You see that, Dylan?
Yep.
Okay. We were just talking about Reddick, but
Oh, yeah.
we're really toward the end of the race now.
So, yeah, like end of the race at like let's see, lap 117. Joe Logano takes the inside. Kyle Larson takes the outside. Kyle Busch, who's been contending all day, in third. And then eventually, like 10 laps later, Kyle Busch finally gets it. And then eventually Joe Logano passes him somehow because I thought Kyle Busch was going to wreck him.
Well, so going back to that caution flag, because that's how Logano took the lead.
Yeah.
Because
Racing side by side.
Yeah, because the scoring loops were so small at the track. Like there's one on the front stretch, which is the start finish line, and there was one in turn 1 and 2, like in the center of it, and then one back stretch and 1 in 3 and 4. So Logano was ahead right at the start finish line, but because the caution came out right before turn 1, even though Kyle Busch was technically in the lead, as you can see visually, but it just goes back to the last scoring loop. But that's
Logano was pissed at the half.
Yeah, because he thought he was the winner, or
Yeah.
But anyways, go ahead. I just wanted to explain that situation.
Yeah. Then coming to the line, Logano almost hits Truex and Michael McDowell, who spun being a lap down somehow.
Yeah, have you happened to see why or how that happened? I haven't seen a video clip of that.
I'm going to look.
So Truex said something was happening with Daniel Suarez in front of them. So there was something going. I don't know if he was slowing up, but Truex was trying to avoid, and then of course Michael McDowell just got under it, and they just spun.
Okay. Yeah, it was just really odd the way that they were both facing to the outside wall. So I was like, what the hell happened?
Yeah, it was weird, especially because they were on their last lap. They weren't even
right. They had just took the checkered.
Yeah. So it was definitely weird seeing that, but anyways.
See if I can find it. See, I can see what actually happened.
While he's looking for that, I want to talk about our ratings because they were phenomenal.
Outstanding. Yeah.
Jesus.
I'll go ahead and pull up. What's his name? Come on, Adam. He's my Big Dan going back to back 500. Yeah, my friggin'
Sure.
butthole.
Think he's going back to back with
In the back, like
Back to back chokes.
No, that's Hamlin.
To the checkered flag. White flag, 1 lap to go, sponsored by
What the fuck would they be? Suarez looks fine. What the hell would they be checking up for?
I don't know. That's what Truex said in his interview. Something to do with Suarez. That's all I know. That's
Or Bubba on rain delay. I mean, it could happen in Florida.
I don't know. They don't have a good angle of it.
Hey, listen. Bubba's a good restrictor plate driver, so I'm not saying.
Oh, you're getting canceled.
I'm not saying.
Bubba could. I mean,
I honestly, depending
I
on what
expect him
duel
to have
it is,
speed again, but
depending on what duel he's in, like who he's with, he's my pick. One of the duels. So let's talk about the ratings for the Clash. I will say that this was phenomenal, no matter how you look at it. Yes, I understand this was on the main Fox channel versus FS1, where it has been running, but Fox TV earned a 2.32 rating on 4.283 million viewers for Sunday's Busch Light Clash, up 168% in viewership over last year. And that was the best event since 2016, and that was called the Sprint Unlimited. And not only that, of course, Jeff Gluck did a poll on Twitter, and he looked back at the last 5 years of the poll. It was a vote like, was it a good race, yes or no? It was 93% yes. All the other ones were 70 or below. So that just shows how great of a just idea it was. But not only was it a huge in the market for the viewers all over across the nation, also in LA they earned 1.1 rating, which is really good. And so that market was from 18 years to 43-year-olds who was watching in LA. And so that shows that there's a growing market in LA that we can try to grab. And to gain for the rest of the year. Obviously, the Daytona 500 will help with that. To get momentum more on our side. I mean, this could be one of the biggest viewing Daytona 500 since 2015, 2014. I thought, okay, I like the Clash. I really just wish there was more carnage as a person. Now, that doesn't mean I just wanted to see more like aggression out of all the drivers.
More excitement, right? Mm-hmm. I agree.
But I think
it's also hard. I think for where they were, it's almost a hard track to be aggressive.
Yeah.
I mean, you can, but it's. I mean, really, the only way you can be aggressive is drive it in deep or, pull a Larson. I mean, going back to what you said though about the ratings, we had nearly almost the same ratings as the 2016 Clash, or I guess for Unlimited. Also, the 2016 one wasn't competing with the Olympics like we were this year, so that's also huge for us this year that we still had that high of a rating and we're competing with the Winter Olympics. So that's great.
I think what helped with the Clash as well to boost its numbers is the NFL and NASCAR has really worked together to make sure that their schedule is set to gain viewers for all of their sporting events for the month of February, because I mean the Daytona 500 will be in every single commercial break for the Super Bowl this weekend, to promote it. And I think that in itself is gonna be
Huge.
huge. I mean, just because the NFL is the biggest sport in America, right? NASCAR is second. Well, if the top two team together to create a huge fan base, I think it's only going to do better, right? Like it's only
Right.
going to improve both sides of the spectrum. It will never just like, oh, the NFL you get like 5 million viewers, right? We're going to take 3 of those. No, it's going to grow together because more motorsport solely fans will end up watching football, right? Because like it's just who we are as human nature is like if something's with each other, you go with it, right? And it's just how it is. But I'm excited for that personally. But yeah, that's all I had to talk about with the Clash. I think is that all you had, right? So,
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah.
So race review.
You look freaking sick.
Me?
No, him.
Oh.
Stat boy.
No.
So come.
Just
So
the
let's talk about.
bag.
Since we talked about the Clash and the next gen car, let's talk about Ford.
It ain't sick.
Uh, so NASCAR was in the wind tunnel after the Clash, and they found out that the Fords were getting way more speed down the straightaways. Now I don't know if I have the right miles per hour, but from what I was hearing, it was 5 more miles per hour down the straightaways versus the Chevys and Toyotas. So that was going to give them more of an advantage, of course, at the bigger tracks. Maybe not the short tracks, which, as you can see, the Fords really didn't show at the LA Coliseum. But
They were great in practice, but
Yeah.
that was about it.
but when it came to the wind tunnel, and they were also getting more drag. Who the hell is this guy? He's with our podcast. What do you mean?
Is he replacing me?
He's not.
You haven't joined yet. What the hell
Stop
are you
doing
doing?
What did I do?
Why are you a little heart?
Where am I?
Anyways,
Oh god.
what was the
Future.
I was saying. Oh yeah,
wind tunnel.
Ford. Yeah. So NASCAR is making Ford and the OEM change their nose to create more of a equal stand base on a lot of things. On Twitter, it caused a lot of big issues because they're like, well, you've already made it spec. Why are you trying to create more spec? And like, it does. Chevy's always had their power. The Toyota's always been cheating. Like all these like
Right.
all the stupid stuff that you would think that could happen.
I mean, I think it's really just because NASCAR wants Chase Elliott to win another championship,
Oh,
so
dude,
they're slowing the Fords down.
So that's it. Yeah.
That's what it is. I mean,
Like they have to slow down Ryan Blaney this year just to make sure that happens, right?
right.
Who
Yep.
dey? Hey, who dey? Listen, go Bengals. That's all I gotta say. All right,
There you are. Found you.
you're square now.
It's like playing fucking Where's Waldo.
There it goes.
At my heart.
Oh, it's for Valentine's Day. I get it.
Oh,
You're so sweet.
you got a crush?
That just pissed me off. Who is
Oh, I
Dave?
got the perfect thing.
Anyways, shut up. Anyway, what was we talking about? Oh yeah, the Fords. So yeah, NASCAR is making the Fords change their thing.
Yeah, they're bumper. Yeah.
Another thing that is going on, we are changing the format for the qualifying for the Daytona 500. There will now be 2 rounds. The top 10 will move on to the second round that is fast, and then they will decide the front row for the Daytona 500. And then later on, right before we close out, we will do our picks for the front row.
That's so. I don't like it. Like I understand doing rounds and stuff for other tracks, but Daytona and Talladega, for that matter, it don't matter doing rounds. You're gonna go out and run a fast lap full throttle. Like realistically, your time shouldn't change that much anyway. I mean, yeah, realistically,
Well,
they're probably not
actually, I
going to
feel like
run
it'll be
damn near the
slower
same.
because
Yeah,
the engine
probably.
will
It
be
probably
heating
will be a little
hot.
slower, yeah.
So we may see some overheating issues.
Yeah, I can see
In the
that.
second round. I mean, okay, not really, probably, but
No, yeah,
there's a
but
possibility for that to happen just because we have never qualified a super speedway car more than 2 laps. You know what I'm saying? Like at a time.
right.
So that
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't think it's necessary, and
it is.
I don't understand, but it is what it is, I guess.
I really think that we see F1 growing, right? And we're trying to create the same qualifying stuff that F1 does, and I get it. Trust me. And their qualifying is exciting. I will admit, 110%. Was I right about Logano? Actually, you were. Logano
You
won the
were,
race.
yeah.
Oh my gosh, I forgot he said that.
Yeah, he did. Yeah,
Logan, yeah, Logan won the race.
Logan.
But yeah,
Logan.
that was it for the qualifying thing. Chase Elliott had some news this week, actually today. But even though his contract with Hendrick Motorsports says it ends in 2022, obviously that will change moving forward in the year. I'm sure that Hendrick Motorsports is not getting rid of Chase Elliott, but Uni First. I actually have this diecast right here.
Why do you say it like that?
Is that what it's called? Uni First, right?
Yeah, it's UniFirst. Yeah.
UniFirst. Why did you say
UniFirst.
uni?
Uni First. There's an I there.
No.
Universe.
No, it's
Universe.
UniFirst. My dad used to work there. It's UniFirst.
Okay, I'm sorry. You're right.
I know.
It
says the boy in the heart.
Do you love Truex?
I'm not done.
Dude, this is really just. I think
They're holding
this
hands.
picture pisses me off the most. All right, like
This is why I picked it.
That's great.
Anyways, but yes, they
They're
signed
lovers.
on for 5 more years with Chase Elliott and the 9 team.
It's two of your favorite drivers.
Oh, dude. Well,
Hamlin
sucks.
sucks. Agreed.
Yeah, amen.
We're on the same page, Billy.
Dilly Bob Thornton. That's what I like to say.
Billy.
I'm gonna call
yeah.
you John.
Listen, John.
Nowhere close.
But yeah, that's all I had to say with that. So they extended their partnership from 2028. That's pretty big actually. 5 years is a lot. Yeah, it's probably only 3 races a year. That's what they've been doing, but still,
Right.
three races is a lot for that.
Logan. Why can't you freaking put the O? I just don't understand it.
Who is that?
That's your mom.
Oh my god.
When's the next race? Not this coming Sunday, but the next Sunday.
No, you're technically wrong.
I'm not technically wrong. It's not this coming
Jules.
Sunday. You know what? Fuck you, man. It's not tomorrow, but it's next Thursday. All right,
There you go.
that's the next
And then
race,
it's
and
the
then
Sunday
following
after next
that,
Thursday.
and then following that, it's gonna be Friday. Will be trucks. I don't know when the ARCA race is. Probably Saturday night, maybe.
It's before the Xfinity race. Arca's before it, and then it goes to Xfinity.
Oh damn, they're racing early then.
Well,
Holy cow. What the hell? Happy birthday!
yo, look at old me, right, without the beard. Do you see, like, this is just not it.
Oh yeah, I shaved by the way.
I can
Sure.
tell. When you come on, I was like, what is this guy? But
Yeah, I feel like I'm 12 again.
it's okay. Well, you look like you're 15. You still got, like, it's
Oh,
like you
stubble.
can't grow, like, yeah.
I can't grow. Show his toes. Bet. Show me your toes, Dylan.
We're done.
Whoa, which one?
Do it. Not you. Fuck it, both. I want to see both.
All right.
Dylan, let me see your left foot, and Dylan, let me see your right foot. Y'all
That's
can
getting put on
determine who-
Twitter.
Y'all can
That is
determine who
getting
I'm
put on
talking to.
Y'all are so annoying. Anyway,
I like swear to God. See, this is why we need more than just two people all the time. Oh God! Talk about a throwback.
I don't even see your face. It's the opposite of a mask. Look,
That was when I couldn't grow.
where at though?
Please someone.
He's not a racist.
Is that Andy Dalton? Who the fuck is Andy Dalton?
I don't know. We'll gotta figure it out.
Quarterback in the NFL.
Oh, yeah, that's probably him. That was like my first month living in Florida.
Dude, he was talking about me. Oh my god.
Maybe he was talking about you.
Let me
Well,
see.
I
him.
didn't know he was ginger.
What the hell's wrong with you?
They should have never let me figure out how to do this. Oh. Oh, I'm having too much fun with this. Why the fuck is this from loading?
Look at that! Look at that hair, though.
Can we get a side by side comparison?
Yeah, give me a second.
Oh God!
Give me a second.
$36 to go. I wonder who's gonna win this race.
Alright,
What
side by
race?
side. Side by side, you ready?
Yeah.
Hold on. There we go. Wait. Can you see it?
You were viewing.
Click the one with the beard. Go to the one like in the middle on the top.
Oh, there we go. Right there. If
What the fuck? My screen has not changed. That's so
What?
weird. It changed on the stream, but just not on my screen.
Your computer's shit.
Bro, it really is. That's weird though. Why didn't it change on my screen? Oh, 4 wide back there.
Alright,
Who do you think is going to win this race, DCD? This is a 2007 Daytona 500.
Kevin Harvick.
You think?
Yeah.
I don't know. He hasn't had a good car. Mark Martin's been fast all day. I mean, the fastest car has wrecked already, which was Kurt Busch. He led 94 laps.
Yo. Sorry. Nate said, what is your favorite race? Dilly Bob said black.
What was that?
He said black.
Black.
Son of a bitch. Anyway.
Oh my God, that one.
Alright. So we got
That's a
we got
throwback right there.
two more news before we go into more throwbacks here. And then we'll go over our picks. Sorry. Trevor
Bro, I was
Bain
like-
will
I was
run
like
for
10.
Gibbs in the 18 car.
Y'all in
for
trouble this season, boys.
Wait, has that been confirmed? It is Trevor Bain?
It's Trevor Bain
Yes, it
running
is.
the 18 car for 7 races. Yeah. And they plan on to run the full schedule with the 18 car. They just don't know who with the other races. And then, but another thing with that, so Trevor Bain got confirmed to the 18, but Ty Gibbs has not been confirmed to any car. And we're a week and a half away from Daytona. So, that's interesting.
That is interesting. What do you think is going to happen? Do you think he's going to be full time at all?
I mean, if he wants to win an Xfinity championship, he's gonna have to be. So,
Well, I mean, yeah, I'd say so.
but well, no, I'm saying like literally, because he's not running ARCA. I can tell you that. I know for a fact he's not running ARCA.
Do you think he's maybe going to be teammates with John Hunter? I mean, I don't think that's needed, but
No, KBM is really filled up. So I don't know. I mean,
it's interesting.
I don't know, but I mean, I'm sure he's gonna run the 54 car. Ty Gibbs will, but I just don't know full time, part time, whatever that looks like. But
Right.
or even without sponsorship, who knows? I mean, I'm sure that Joe doesn't really care to spend his money on his grandson, but still, I don't think he wants to. You know, like
Wish I had a granddad like that.
yeah, no doubt.
Hey, Denny Hamlin just wrecked.
Oh, that's good. I like when that happens.
I'm watching Joe Logano push Cole Custer.
Push Cole Custer.
Do you have any other thoughts or news or anything before we go to our front row picks?
No,
Cool. You
nothing I can think of.
got it. All right. DCD, who's
Can you
your?
get my face off of there?
Yeah. Get that off.
All right,
Full screen, your face.
For real. Fucking heart.
y'all in trouble.
All right. Anyways,
Jesus
All right.
Christ.
all right. Outside
Front row.
DCD, you go.
Outside front row. I'm gonna go Ryan Blaney.
Penske fast in qualifying. Whoa.
What
All right, Mitch. Outside front row, who you got?
did I say earlier? I don't remember.
I don't remember either. I mean, I do, but I just wasn't gonna say it for you.
Oh, William Byron, outside front row.
For me, it's gonna be Kurt Busch.
I'd see that.
Pole sitter. What you got?
Pole sitter. I got William Byron.
He's not fast enough.
He's fast enough for the front
That's what
row.
they say about Hendrick every year. Hendrick knows how to get the pole. I
It
promise.
hasn't been Hendrick every year.
Well, the last 5 years.
It's been pretty damn much. I don't see Harvick up there. That happened for you too, right?
Yeah, I didn't hear a word you said. I just saw your lips move. No, absolutely. No.
Oh wait, I can't hear him, so he can't tell me to take it down.
Stop. All right, his pole sitter was Suarez, by the way. For mine, my pole sitter, Brad Keselowski. So,
Ew.
listen, I have a theory to it, okay? So, every year, the pole sitter in the Daytona 500 is always something special. Like, it has to be, like, something that's out of box. Brad Keselowski will win the pole for the Daytona 500. No. No, he's not.
I'm just confused.
But yeah.
What the fuck?
Well, since he can't talk, that's interesting. I can't wait to see how this rest of the podcast is going to go.
Oh?
I can hear you.
Oh, yeah, I can hear you a little bit. Hey, take it out, plug it back in.
I already did.
Do it again, one more time.
And then
Nate said, "I'll speak for you." That works.
Need closed captions on.
He thinks
Oh boy.
what?
Oh,
Spell it right.
You know, Nate's like first language is not English, right? I don't know if you know that.
Oh, I don't know that.
Oh, okay. No, it's funny that you say that, but yeah, he's I think he's Ethiopian, if I'm not mistaken.
Euphoria? What?
Ethiopian, not Euphoria.
That's in Canada, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's on the border.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
It's right above Venezuela.
In Canada.
Anyways, all right. Well, that's all we have for this podcast. Next week will be probably a little bit different, just because we gotta be quick with it, and because as soon as I'm done with the podcast, I'm leaving to go to Florida to be at the Daytona 500. It will be awesome. That whole week is gonna be great. But anyways, thank y'all for tuning out. It was a good showing. A lot of talk throughout the whole podcast, especially Nate over here. Anyways, and hopefully he doesn't pick Logano ever again the rest of the year, or Hamlin. That'd be great. I appreciate you. Anyway, do y'all have anything to say before I let out?
no.
Now kiss. Okay. So he says in the chat, now kiss. All right. Anyways, well, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Peace.